Today, we're going to talk about Borderlands 3 by Gearbox Studios.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Borderlands 3 has finally dropped. Loved Borderlands 1, loved Borderlands 2. The game has released. Borderlands 3.
What about the pre-sequel?
Space jumping. Let's not talk about that.
All right. Well, it's kind of out. It's not out on Steam yet.
It's true. It's true. It is available on the Epic Games Store.
Only.
Only.
As an exclusive. Until,
Blah.
I believe, April.
Blah. Exclusives.
Yeah. That was the whole point of PC gaming, is to not have exclusives.
Right.
Because Xbox has them, PlayStation has them, and people cheered because, hey, the PC doesn't have them, and now the PC's starting to have them.
Yeah. I mean, I've got all the launchers, so to me it doesn't really matter, but when I look at it, I'm like, why don't we just take away people's choice? You know?
Right.
It's like, come on. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it's a deal.
It's a deal because there are a lot of people who don't want to download a
Right.
25th client to play
true.
a game.
That's very true.
Because if you're buying Borderlands 3 to play it and you only have it on the Epic launcher, then now you've got to download the Epic launcher for one game.
Right. All right, so let's talk about Borderlands 3's graphics.
Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts on them?
Pretty good. I like that they were better than 2. I mean, they've still got that hand-drawn, cartoony look to them, which I've always enjoyed. But I do believe it is better than 2 and the pre-sequel. And obviously it's better than 1 because 1's probably 10 years old now, 10, 15 years old.
Right.
So I thought the graphics were really good. I thought the sound was very good. I mean, all of that, I thought they did a very good job on.
I agree. I'm not a huge fan of the Borderlands graphics, just as an art style. I don't mind it so much, but I prefer a little bit more realism. But I enjoyed all the Borderlands games, so I'm not going to complain about them at all. It is what it is. It's Borderlands. If you've played one of the Borderlands, they all look that same art style. Mm-hmm. Definitely the graphics have improved over the other 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
A little crisper.
A little crisper.
More color, I think.
Yep. So, overall, I would say if you like that art style, you'll still enjoy the graphics.
Yeah, nothing's changed as far as that's concerned.
Yep.
Music is still the same. The voice acting, the guns, the explosions that they made. I mean, all of that stuff is still old Borderlands.
Yep.
Which is always a good thing. So gameplay. Standard first-person shooter. If you've played one game from Borderlands, you've played them all, essentially. Which is kind of true. They added some new things in Borderlands, the pre-sequel, which I didn't much care for. The space jump and the oxygen and all that stuff. Yeah. It was just another thing to manage that didn't really add to the immersion of the game. This does away with all of that. They did add climbing, sort of. There's some parts of the game where you can jump and then jump again, and you'll grab the edge and actually climb up to the top. So that's a new thing.
Yep.
Yeah, which is always nice. But it's a standard first-person shoot 'em.
Yep.
Shoot the bad guy with a gun.
And basically, like all the others, if I am remembering correctly, there's a new cast of characters, and the old characters come in as cutscenes, basically, and they help your new Vault Hunters out during the game, which I enjoy. I do like the way that they tell that story and keep it somewhat cohesive and just kind of add on to it. This one, you start out with a mech girl. I can't think of what her name is. She's the gunner.
Yeah, she turns into the suit. She puts in the mech warrior suit type thing with 2 guns on each arm.
Which I do have an issue with. I don't like the way that they've done their special abilities in this game, but we'll talk about that in a bit. You get the agent, you get the siren, and what am I missing?
The hunter.
Yes. Flak, the pet class sniper kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which everybody said was going to be the most popular, and definitely turned out to be the most popular.
That's what I'm playing.
It's the one I don't like.
It's the one that I play the most.
So you get the 4 new classes, still in the same genre of all the other games. You still get, you know, you've got your gunner, you've got your basic classes. You get to pick what you want. Now, I did say I don't like the way that they've worked the specials, and especially for the mech class, that gunner class. She only gets her mech for like 10 seconds out of minutes and minutes and minutes long. I feel like they don't specialize enough. I feel like they're all pretty bland.
Have you
and
looked through the
pushed
talents
together.
to see if there's things that shorten that duration?
I think there is, but I haven't played it that class enough to know. But people, from everything I was watching and reading as I was playing through the game, they were saying, "Man, this really is a very short. You don't get to experience enough of that. You don't get that
Right.
whole badassery. Like, man, let me get in my mech and just bust people down. It's like you get in your mech, and before you can say, 'Holy shit, I'm cool,' you're out of it again."
Okay, I gotcha.
I'm on a freaking roll!
Because with Flak, the one that I play is the one where you summon the pet in a specific location, and then it deals damage, and your pet gets bigger. That has a very short cooldown, and you can take talents that every time you get a kill, it shortens it even more. So I do like the way that they did the talents and the fact that you can pick and choose from the side talents to change, or I should say, make more of a variety of your play style.
You can choose different elemental effects to your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of
For
stuff.
abilities.
Yeah.
The agent, you can take the grenade away and add a second ability to it, which is interesting. That's the one that I just started playing with us. We're doing a playthrough with the both of us.
I'm on fire! But not literally.
And that's the one that I picked just to try it out because I didn't think that I would enjoy it, and so far it's all right. I get to switch back and forth between the grenade and the ability, which is nice. So if I think that we're going to need more of like a shield wall that he's got, I'll switch that out for the grenade and put up the shield wall.
So I've played mostly the Siren. I've tried all the other classes, but I haven't got them high enough level to really talk about it. But the Siren, I do like. It is your classic Siren, except she has, she does like a ground smash. Or she can do the hold.
That's the Sun Smashers camp, and it looks like the COV got there first. Don't let them leave with the map, killer.
She has quite a few different ways to play. I enjoy the ground smash one, but
Why even try? Drunk, a dump, a massacre.
yeah, I like the Siren the best, I think, because it reminds me of the older Borderlands, because I always played the Sirens in all the Borderlands. So.
Yeah, I played the Sirens in the Borderlands too, so I figured I would try something different, and that's why I'm playing Flak right now. And so far, that's the only one that I've really played. I mean,
So-
I'm just playing them until I get it all the way up to level 50.
Yeah.
So,
So it looks like, as far as the talent trees go, you definitely get to pick and choose more.
Oh, yeah.
It's much more open as far as builds go, I think.
yeah, there's more variety. It's not just a linear, you pick this to go into here to go into here. When you upgrade your tiers on the sides, it unlocks extra options that you can pick for your special.
I would say the one thing that I dislike about the game that has changed is, and this is a plus and a minus, the worlds. In this game, you travel to different worlds. You don't just stay on Pandora.
There's a lot.
There are a lot of worlds. That's cool, because each one is kind of a different setting. My problem with it is finding my goddamn quests.
It's easy.
I still haven't figured it out. I haven't figured it out.
I'll show you.
It's not intuitive, to say the least, as far as I'm concerned. You pull up your quests, and I know you can filter them differently, but when you're on the main quest screen, it just shows you all of your main quests, and you can click on one. It doesn't tell you what planet to go to.
You don't need to. So when you open up your map and you hit X on the PC, it's the X, it brings up the world. And on the world, it shows you the planets. And then there's a star or a triangle or whatever that little symbol is that shows you where the quest is. You just click on that, and then it automatically takes you to where you need to go.
See, I had no idea. I was like trying to fly around going, where the hell is this quest at?
No, and the only reason that I know that is because I've got a super ultra wide monitor, so the gameplay is very wide. The problem is Gearbox didn't fix some of the issues. On some of the screens, it fits perfectly, but on the map, it zooms into the map and you can't see hardly anything. So I actually had to change my resolution to 1920 by or whatever it is to shrink it down so I could see the whole map, and then I figured out how to use the map with the keyboard shortcuts because it's so zoomed in that I can't see the top and the bottom of it. And that's the only way that I figured that out, is because I had to, because the map on my screen is messed up and I can't see it.
Yeah.
So I had to figure out a different way around it.
Yeah. They don't tell you that. They don't
No.
tell you how to do it, though. For me, like I just said, I've played through the game, and I still don't know. I didn't know how to do it.
So if you have a 49-inch monitor, be prepared for that, because not all the screens are going to work. The map doesn't work. When you open up the map screen, it's all zoomed in, and you can only see maybe a third of the map. And then when you pick on the little tabs, if you go to the last tab, I don't know what that is. I guess it shows you like the expansions or the DLCs or something. That's all zoomed in, and I can't see anything, and it blocks it, and I have to actually exit that and then go back into it in order to get anywhere. Because the little indicators that you have that you click on to go to your gear and your talents and all that, it's too far off the top, and I can't click on it. So if you have a 49-inch monitor, it's going to be broken. They did fix a few things from when the game originally launched, to where the cutscenes actually put the black bars on the sides instead of stretching it out to where you can't see anything, which is a good thing. And they fixed that pretty quick, which was nice. So one of the things that I had a problem with is the introduction. It's great to watch it once, but I shouldn't be forced to watch it every time I create a new character. And it's not a short introduction. It's like 15, 20 minutes long.
Yes, it is.
The first time that because what I tried to do is create a character just to see what the specials were going to be. So I created the character, and you can skip the first part of the introduction, and then when it goes into Marcus's introduction, oh my god, it takes forever. I actually left, and I went upstairs and did a few things and came back down, and it was still going. I was gone for like 10 minutes, and it was still playing. Apparently there is a way to get around that. So we'll put the description on how to do that in the description or the comments below on how to do that. It's just a file that you modify called Marcus Intro. You just rename it, and it skips it. Why you can't push a button to skip it, I don't know, but that was a big pet peeve of mine.
Game made in 2019. Can't skip the intro.
Can't skip cutscenes. Yep. You can't skip any of them.
Yeah.
Like if you've played through the game once, and every time you get to a boss fight, it shows you that the boss jumps into the air, and then they have the freeze frame with the name and the little catchphrase at the bottom. That's pretty neat the first time you watch it, but not the 30th. I don't want to see that 30 times. Just let me skip it.
Yeah, so one of my other pet peeves about the game, and I know this is one of their marketing things, but I don't like how many different types of guns there are. I know they say there's going to be billions of guns, but I want to find something that I like and then be able to go, okay, well, I'll probably find that again, but in a higher level or something like that.
They do on boss fights.
I do know that, but as I'm playing through the game, I'm like, well, I hate that gun. When the one that you throw that turns into a grenade as you reload.
Because it wastes your whole magazine.
Yeah, I mean, I gravitate anyway. I gravitate towards one type of gun.
Yeah,
I usually so I want to be able to regularly update that gun and not go, well, this gun is a level 105. This gun's a level 430, but I hate it. I want this gun. So for me, that's a bit of a pet peeve. I know you don't have to do that, but it's small, but it's something, you know.
just got to pray to RNGesus that
Right.
you get the right kind of weapons that you want.
Right.
Because there was, in Borderlands 2, there was a shotgun that you got from Moxie, from doing one of Moxie's quests. It was an automatic shotgun that you just put the trigger and it shut off like, maybe 10 rounds, and they were fire rounds. So when I had the phase lock, I would just phase lock something, run up, and just unload a cartridge on it, and it would be dead. And I was like, okay, well, this is dumb. I probably used that. It was maybe a level 10 or 12 weapon. I was using that in the 30s and 40s, and it was still killing things in like 3 hits. It was so stupid. I don't know if it was a bug or what, but I used that thing forever. And I didn't like shotguns.
Right.
But I had that as my main weapon because I figured I would give it a try.
Right.
And that's what I would regularly do, is every time I get a new weapon, I always try it out to see if I'm going to like it, because you never know. There's something that's super powerful that you may like. There's a new weapon type called COV that doesn't have a magazine size. Apparently you don't like them all that much.
Well,
I like the variety because I want to try new stuff. You never know what you're going to like. You may say, oh my gosh, that SMG. I don't like SMGs, but wow, this thing's really cool.
And I get that. It's that you seem to find way more shit than you do decent.
Oh, yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I don't know. I'm looted out here lately, I guess. This is maybe it's not Borderlands 3. Maybe it's just all the games I'm playing.
I was
that
like,
are
it sounds like we're
all
playing
looter.
Diablo 3 and Division 2. They all have
It's
that
true.
same type of loot system.
I have been playing a lot of looting games, so
I can understand you getting looted out.
yeah. That may be. I may have loot fatigue.
Trademark.
So one of the things I do like about the story, and this is probably going to go against what a lot of people think, or the game. I like the story. I do.
The story. I've always liked the story.
When the game first came out, I think there were a lot of people that were really down on the story, but I did not see that at all. I actually enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it through all 4 of the games, really.
I don't know. I didn't finish the pre-sequel.
I didn't
I
either,
have no idea how that game ends. Not a clue. It just...
Well, we got to a point in it, we
and
were just like,
stopped.
meh.
This was so... It was just... I don't know. There was... All the magic from the Borderlands seemed to have evaporated in that game.
Yeah, I agree.
And we're kind of getting off on a tangent, but it's sort of in the Borderlands genre that we're discussing. And there was just something about that game that I didn't like, and I don't know what it is about it, because it's like the other 2 games, 1 and 2, that came before it, but it's missing something, and I don't know what that something is.
Yeah.
And I've tried to play it. I've gone back to it probably 5 or 6 times, and I'll play it for maybe 10 minutes, and I'm like, this just isn't special. And I just move on to the next.
Borderlands 3 is still 3 months after release?
Yeah, approximately.
$59.99 on
60
Epic.
bucks. Wait for sales. They've had a couple of sales. For instance, I was able to get the Ultimate Edition off of Green Man Gaming for, I think, $63. And that included the game with all the bonus items, which I don't use. And then the Season Pass is included.
Nice.
So the sales are really, and that was down from, I think, $110 or whatever it is for everything. So it was a pretty substantial discount. So if you wait and you're patient and you check things other than Epic's store, you'll get some pretty good deals.
And let's just say, that is 3 months after release. I bought the game pre-release and paid $60 for the game, and I got nothing with it.
Right.
I bought the base game just because I wanted to play through it. I got tired of buying like season passes and stuff like that before the game came out. So in 3 months, if you're one of those people that doesn't need it at the start,
Patient gamer.
with gaming now, even AAA games, 3 months, 2 months down the road are going to be significantly cheaper. So I think we're pushing that where if you don't have to have it when it first comes out, wait a couple months. You'll save a lot of money.
Yes, absolutely. And I think the base game was only like $40. So it was a pretty good deal if you're watching. So would you recommend people purchase it? Or at what point do you recommend people purchase it, if you recommend it at all?
It's Borderlands, so it's a good game. This game probably had the most bugs out of all the Borderlands games
Yeah.
I've played,
I would agree.
by far, but it's still Borderlands, and it was still enjoyable to play. I would have played it even if it had more bugs. I did not enjoy it as much as Borderlands 2. That was by far my favorite, but yes, I would say for sure it is something that you want to pick up. I don't know that I'd pay $60 for it, but if it's 40, sure, why not?
I would also purchase it as well. I didn't buy it when it first came out because I don't typically purchase games the day they come out. I think if we're going to start reviewing games, I might have to, which kind of sucks. But I waited a bit. I waited a couple months, and I got it for a significant discount, in which case I would absolutely pick it up. I think it's a great game. I think it's just as good as Borderlands 2. I don't think it's as good as Borderlands 2 because that's like the pinnacle of their episodic adventure. But I think it's better than the first, and it's way better than the pre-sequel. It's sure. Enjoyable to play. I don't know how many hundreds of hours we put into Borderlands 2. I mean, our little Steam indicator tells you. I mean, we could be up in 500 or 600 hours as we played. So I don't know how much I'm going to end up playing this, but so far I'm enjoying it quite a bit. So I would say absolutely pick it up.
And that's just for let's caveat this as well. That's just for the story. We're not even talking about in-game replayability.
Nope. Haven't got there yet.
Which I have never had in a Borderlands game. I barely replayed Borderlands 2. I replayed it from the start. I didn't do end-game activities.
Oh, I did.
I'm not one of those end-game... In the Borderlands series, and I can't even tell you why. I just prefer to play the game. And a second note, Borderlands is always more fun with people. I like to play it solo. It is so much more fun when you have other people to play with. For sure, it is one of those games that gets significantly better when you're playing with a second, third, fourth person.
I don't mind. To me, it's the same either way. Depends on because when you first start the game, you can pick your loot style. I always pick the personal loot.
Cooperative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, absolutely. I would say if you love Borderlands, this is a definite buy. So Borderlands the pre-sequel, don't get it. And that'll wrap it up for our review of Borderlands 3. Until next time, keep gaming. Okay, and that'll wrap it up for our review of Borderlands 3. Until next time, see you, everybody.
Take it easy.
Can't want to try that again? I just did the gun point. I don't want to do that.
Pew, 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 pew.
Hey, I'm a 75-year-old man. Woo! I don't know what the fuck.
Shoot him again.
Arthur
Fonzarelli.
So fucking stupid. I was like, what did I just do? We're going to have to redo this. I can't help but think I'm going to do it again.
If you do it again, I'm going to die laughing.
I'm just going to put my hands down. Okay, and that'll wrap it up for our Borderlands 3 review. Until next time, keep gaming. Seriously? Why did you have to pew-pew? You're such an ass. Alright, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload new videos.